America with the police officers and the shootings. We just ask that you come and stand in front of every one of us, Lord. We just ask that you bring peace to this nation. Or we just ask you to show us in the coming months the things that you need us to do and give us the insight on how to vote on our leadership, not only for the President of the United States, but for the state and locals, all the way down to the city councils. So we just ask that you guide us and direct us in everything that we do. We ask that you guide us tonight in the meeting with the Show Low City Council and the things that we're about to vote on. And we ask that you also protect and bring back every serviceman and woman that there is out there that protects this United States and still give us the freedom, one nation under God. We ask this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is called to the public. Any citizen wishing to speak on a matter that is not on the scheduled agenda may do that at this time. Nobody sprinting up here. We'll move on to special events. I'd like to call on James Menlove for a presentation certificate of achievement. James?
Good evening. Honorable Vice Mayor and council members, staff, and distinguished guests. As a former two-term president of the Government Finance Officers Association of Arizona, it gives me great pleasure to present to the city of Show Low the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. The Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada established the CAFR Award Program in 1945 to encourage and assist local governments to go beyond the minimum requirements of generally accepted accounting principles to prepare comprehensive annual financial reports that evidence the spirit of transparency and full disclosure, and then to recognize individual governments that succeed in achieving that goal. The GFOA is the preeminent organization throughout the U.S. that prescribes best practices in governmental accounting, recognizing those entities that achieve the highest standards of excellence. To earn the excellence in financial reporting, a CAFR is reviewed by a panel of reviewers using a stringent checklist to determine compliance with both generally accepted accounting principles and program policy as established by the GFOA's Special Review Executive Committee and the GFOA Executive Board. CAFR reviews are performed by GFOA staff and members of the GFOA Special Review Committee. A certificate is awarded only if there is a consensus among reviewers that a CAFR substantially complies with both GAAP and program policy. The City of Show Low's fiscal year 2015 Excellence in Reporting Award is the city's 12th consecutive award. This represents a significant commitment by you, the City Council, and by city management and by your professional finance staff. This commitment requires a strong dedication to providing the highest quality of life achievable for not only the citizens and families of Show Low, but for many others in Eastern Arizona and beyond. Doing all this in a fiscally responsible manner, upholding the strictest regard for expending public dollars with full disclosure and transparency for how those dollars are spent. Ms. Bilby. Without further ado, the GFOA announces that the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting has been awarded to the City of Show Low by the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada for its comprehensive annual financial report. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. The CAFR has been judged by an impartial panel to meet the highest standards of the program, including demonstrating a constructive spirit of disclosure to clearly communicate its financial story and motivate potential users and user groups to read the CAFR. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I might add, Mr. Vice Mayor, speaking from personal experience, it's a huge deal to be able to put this CAFR out and to receive this award. It's a long list of things, categories that has to go into it, and your staff has done an excellent job, so congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming up. I know they make it easy for us every year when we go over the budget. Thank you, Carrie, and we appreciate everything you do for us to make it so I can understand it for sure. So they do a great job.
And that
Thank
takes a
you.
lot. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the consent calendar. Consideration of reappointment of local public safety personnel. Consideration of reappointment of director to the Industrial Development Authority. Consideration of resolution number R 2016-15 approving modification to the intergovernmental agreement with Arizona Department of Revenue. I went to old school here. Consideration of approval of declaration of surplus property for July 2016. Consideration of authorization of budget transfer for library services. And consideration of the minutes of the Show Low City Council meetings. Anything need to be pulled off that?
I guess we have to pull it just to ask the question about it, so I'll
Okay.
say I need to pull item C. Or just ask a question, whatever's allowed.
You can just ask a question if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I know the answer, but I just want it clearly understood. It talked quite a bit in there about the sales tax on rental property. The city has a sales tax on commercial property, but not residential. Is that still the same?
Correct.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Anything else?
Move to approve the consent calendar.
Got a motion to approve in a second? All those in favor? Passed. Okay, next item on new business is application submitted by, how do you say your name? Marnie. Marnie K. Jones on behalf of Thunder Raceway for a number 7 beer and wine bar liquor license for its location at 4701 East Dusa Clubs in Cholo. Ms. Kurosaki.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Marnie K. Jones, who represents Thunder Raceway, submitted a person transfer application for a number 7 beer and wine bar liquor license for the location at 4701 East Dusa Clubs. The request is to transfer an existing number 7 license from Bobby Livingston, who was the former owner of Thunder Raceway, to Ms. Jones for use at this facility. As part of her application, she also applied for an interim permit with the Department of Liquor Licenses and Control, and it allows the continued sales and distribution of alcohol while the application is being processed for the number 7 license. We posted the property as required by law, and no public input was received. The Shoal Police Department conducted a background check on the individuals listed in the application, which includes Ms. Jones's spouse, and found nothing of concern to preclude approving the liquor license. In addition, the Department of Liquor Licenses will conduct its own internal investigations and background checks, and based on the investigators' findings and the recommendation of the City Council, then the Liquor Board will decide whether to approve or deny the application. Please note that if you choose to deny the application, you must state the reasons for denial. And Ms. Jones is here, should you have any questions of the applicant.
Thank you. At this time, I'll open it up to a public hearing. If anybody wants to talk on this matter, they may do so at the podium. Don't look at me like that. Seeing nobody run up here, I'll close the public hearing. Item B, consideration of the application submitted by Marnie K. Jones on behalf of Thunder Raceway for the number 7 Beer and Wine Bar liquor license for its location at 4701 East Dusa Clubs in Cholo, Arizona. Do you read it again, Ann, or no?
No, you can ask for questions or.
Does anybody have any questions? Or anybody like to make a motion? Councilman Crittenden.
I move to recommend approval to the State Liquor Board of the application submitted by Marnie K. Jones on behalf of Thunder Raceway for a number 7 beer and wine bar liquor license for its location at 4701 East Dusa Clubs, Cholo, Arizona.
Motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion? Passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item C, consideration of applications submitted by Galen Hughes for a special event liquor license for Hangar Dance at the Cholo Regional Airport. Ms. Kurosaki.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Galen Dwayne Hughes, who represents the White Mountain Base Submarine Veterans, submitted an application for a special event liquor license for the Hangar Dance, which is scheduled for August 6th at the Hangar Number 1 at the Cholo Airport. The application would allow the sale of alcohol during the dinner and the dance within the enclosed hangar. The alcohol will be consumed and sold within the hangar only, and there will be 4 Navajo County deputies who will be present on site to ensure that no alcohol leaves the premises. From the map, you'll see 1 deputy will be stationed at the personnel door, which fronts Airport Loop Road, and it is a standard door. There'll also be 2 deputies posted at each end of the hangar door, which is as wide as the length of the hangar. The 4th deputy will patrol the premises to make sure that no one leaves the premises with any alcohol, and that person will serve as an alternate should any of the other deputies need to move location. The Cholo Police Department performed a background check on the applicant and found nothing that would preclude approval of the license. The action taken by the council will be forwarded to the Department of Liquor Licenses and Control, who will then decide whether to deny or grant the application. Mr. Hughes is traveling out of state, and so he has sent 2 alternates, Charlie Jones and Buck Biddle. And should you have any questions, Mr. Biddle would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any questions of the council?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I move to approve the application submitted by Galen Dwayne Hughes for a special event liquor license for the Hangar Dance on August the 6th at Cholo Regional Airport.
On a motion, do I have a second? Second by Councilman Crittenden. All those in favor? And no opposed, passed. Thank you, Buck. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Item D, consideration of resolution number R 2016-14, establishing streetlight improvement district secondary tax levy for fiscal year 2017 at $189,000. Mrs. Bilby, whoa, Bilby, you were there.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. On June 21st, 2016, the Mayor and Council held a public hearing on the fiscal year 2017 final budget and the secondary tax levy contained in this action. The assessments collected within the Streetlight Improvement District are utilized to pay the utility costs of the street and park lights within the district. Based upon current assessed valuations, the proposed levy of $189,000 will remain unchanged at 0.1401 per $100 of assessed valuation. At this rate, a home with an assessed value of $150,000 will pay $17.86 annually. Staff recommends approval of resolution number R 2016-14, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Any questions of the council?
Just for clarity, this number is a little bigger than last year's.
It is the same,
It's exactly
exactly
the
the same.
assessed evaluation number's the same, but the levy is a little more, or is
No,
not?
the levy is the same. The assessed evaluations have increased. So that has allowed us to remain the same in our tax assessment
Right,
due to additional collections.
okay, thank you.
Councilman Crittenden.
For clarification, I just want everybody to understand, this is not an additional tax that we're putting on the citizens of Show Low. This is an assessment to pay for the street lights that we already have in the city, and we've had these for a long time, so,
Correct. It's to help us with the utility bills for all streetlights and park lights within the
very
city.
good, thank you.
Any other questions or a motion? Councilwoman Kukovis.
I move to adopt resolution number R 2016-14, establishing the Streetlight Improvement District Secondary Property Tax Levy for fiscal year 2017 at $189,000.
Got a motion and a second by Councilman Kelly. All those in favor? Passed. Thank you, Mrs. Bilby. Sorry, I almost called you Carrie. Okay, next item on the agenda is summary of current events. Any Councilman Alsop?
Thank you, Vice Mayor, appreciate it. It's been a long time since we've had our last city council meeting, so I'm gonna make my list short because of everything that's going on. But we've been to a Main Street meeting where 95% of the booths and everything that's on the marketplace and Art Walk is full. If you're looking at getting involved in it, call the city and they'll try to get you in there, but it's 90%, 95% full. There's been some good sales out there and a lot of participation in it this year. And it's just growing and growing and growing. So next year is going to be even bigger and hopefully everything will sell out before then. We had a great time at the 4th of July fireworks and parade. Mugyan did a great job as the last act on the fireworks, and congratulations and to a job well done to the Sholo, well, it used to be Sholo Fire Department, now it's Timber Mesa Fire Department for shooting off the fireworks. We had a great time. Went and visited this Saturday night was the Summit Dark Tie Gala, and a lot of money is raised for the Summit Healthcare, so hopefully everything went great there too. And I also wanted you to keep in prayer for all the juniors baseball team, the 13 and 14-year-olds. They're playing for state, and they won their first game, and they're playing a second game tonight, and they're in Tucson, so keep them in your prayers and go for the Sholo Little League. Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. You're writing down, do you? Councilwoman Kukovis.
Well, you talked about the Summit Gala. I just wanted to express my appreciation to all the support for our community hospital and the funds that were raised, and that money will go towards telemedicine so we can extend services throughout our community.
Thank you. Anybody else? Councilman Hatch.
Yes, I'd like to convey my condolences and the condolences, I'm sure, of the council to the law enforcement community in the United States. And wish to express our appreciation to Chief Shelley and his force. And we can only say we've got your back. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to add to,
You got one more.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to also add, and I know nobody meant to overlook it all, the Dave Foyle family at the loss of him this past week. Unexpected to me, not staying in close touch with the family. I saw him not long ago, looked pretty good. But it just shows you how we can fake you folks out. So anyway,
Thank you.
our sorrow for his loss. And I am grateful, as was mentioned in the memo, that we were able to get the road named after him before he passed away, and that he was able to receive the decoration from the Air Force that he so much deserved.
Amen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Just to add a little bit, I'll add more to Mr. Foyle's services when they're coming up, but to add a little bit to Councilman Alsop's, I think everybody in the city limits of Shola was at the fireworks. I think that was one of the best turnouts I've seen over there in years. The fireworks were great. I know we were real busy at the event, but that place was packed until closing time. That was the most, I've been there 3 years now, and that was the most I've ever seen there. And the fireworks were phenomenal, especially right over your head. So that always makes, I remember when I was on the fire department, got to shoot them off. So since I've retired from the fire department, that's as close as I've been. So anyway, they were awesome. Good job. A little more on David Foyle, who passed away last week, as it was noted. David was a former mayor and council member of Show Low, a decorated World War II hero, and a wonderful man who will be sorely missed by everyone who knew him. I went to church with David, and he's a guy that will always come up and say good morning. It just amazed me. He'd go through the crowd. I mean, he'd say good morning to everybody that walked by, and he's done that. You know, he lost his wife a few years back, and they were both the same way. But anyway, a memorial service in his honor will be held this Saturday at 2 o'clock at White Mountain Bible Church, and that's off Shoal Lake Road right by the dam. So if you could all attend, I'm sure the family would be grateful.
The memorial service is actually July 30th.
July 30th, I'm sorry. I said this Saturday, didn't I? July 30th at 2 p.m. Sorry, thank you. City Manager.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. A few things to report. The Aquatic Center is hosting a family night this Thursday, July 21st at 7:30 p.m. featuring the movie Finding Nemo, and general admission prices will apply. So again, that's 7:30 this Thursday. We also have an award-winning country music artist, Mark Wills, is coming to Show Low for a concert on Saturday, July 30th at Show Low School District Auditorium. Showtime is 7:30 p.m. and the doors open at 7. Tickets are $15 each, available at the City Hall, at the library, the Aquatic Center, Show Low Chamber of Commerce, and at the door. You also can purchase will call tickets through our website at showlowaz.gov. And again, that's Mark Wills, and that'll be July 30th. Homeowners associations, apartment complexes, mobile home parks, and neighborhoods are invited to register for the 33rd Annual National Night Out set for Tuesday, August 2nd, to show your support for law enforcement and to raise crime prevention awareness. To get involved, you can contact Sergeant Sean Roby at the Show Low Police Department at 537-5091, extension 232. He can schedule officers to attend the functions in the neighborhoods. The first 4 neighborhoods to register will receive a $50 Walmart gift card to help with the event expenses. Again, Sergeant Roby's number is 537-5091, extension 232. It's been mentioned that there will be a hanger dance this Saturday, August 6th at the Show Low Regional Airport. That includes dinner and dancing and a live band. Tickets are $35 each and are available at Walgreens. Our recreation staff is accepting registrations for the annual Try in the Pines, which is Saturday, August 13th. The triathlon includes a 625-yard swim, a 12.3-mile bike ride, and 3.5-mile run in the Show Low City Park. Registration is $65 per athlete or $95 for a relay team. Just a little update on our public works projects. The slurry seal on the city streets is complete. The crews are busy cleaning drainage culverts following recent rains, and we're extremely grateful for the rains we received. And the drainage project on Hall Street's ongoing. They're also in the process of completing the water line project at Fairway Park. The Arizona Department of Transportation, the slurry seal project is resumed this week and should be completed by the end of the week. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any kind of update on our public safety building, the status, or what's going on over there? Seems a little quiet to me, but just curious.
I'll just add to my report, the contractor has started the project. You'll see the fence around it, and they're doing the demolition work right now. And that project should be complete. Their schedule shows it to be complete by the end of February, first part of March next year.
Second?
Thank you, Vice Mayor. We always forget, or we always don't think about it until the very end, but, we talked about the 4th of July and everything else that goes on around here, but we always take it for granted that all our employees here at the city, we just kind of bypass them. And I guess I'm the number one for saying that too, is our hearts go out for you guys too, for everything you guys do to make this a great 4th of July. And I want to thank every one of you that worked till midnight cleaning up trash and picking up papers and making sure everything's done right. So I do apologize for not saying that. We just take it for granted that you guys are always out there. So Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you. Anybody else want seconds? If not, next thing on the agenda is schedule of meetings.
No meetings to schedule.
Yay. Nobody has anything else. It's still daylight. I'll call this meeting adjourned.